Maasai and Hadzabe, a celebration of tradition, dance, and bush life. Deep in the heart of Tanzania, two of Africa's most fascinating tribes, the Maasai and the Hadzabe, come together in a rare and vibrant celebration of tradition, dance, and lifestyle. While their ways of life are different, they share a deep respect for their ancestral roots, nature, and cultural identity. When the Maasai warriors visit the Hadzabe lands, it is a moment of excitement, as two ancient worlds merge in a spectacle of dance, storytelling, and unity. The Maasai arrival, dressed like kings. The Maasai are known for their elegant red shukas, robes, elaborate beadwork, and fearless warrior spirit. As they step into the Hadzabe lands, their tall, lean figures stand out against the golden savanna, their colorful attire contrasting with the earth-toned surroundings of the Hadzabe bushland. Small Blue Diamond the Hadzabe gather to greet them, intrigued by their visitors. Small Blue Diamond the Maasai men, standing tall, hold their long spears and wooden staffs, symbols of strength and protection. Small Blue Diamond the Hadzabe, dressed in their traditional animal skin garments, welcome them with open curiosity. Even though their lifestyles are different, the Maasai are pastoralists, living off their cattle, while the Hadzabe are hunter-gatherers. Their bond with the land and respect for nature unites them. The dance begins, the warriors' jumping ritual. The Maasai traditional dance, known as the Adumu or the jumping dance, is the highlight of the gathering. This dance is not just for entertainment, it is a warrior's ritual, a display of strength, stamina, and masculinity. The Maasai warriors form a circle, their deep, rhythmic chants filling the air. One by one, they step into the center, jumping as high as they can, without bending their knees, showcasing their agility and power. The Hadzabe watch in amazement, some joining in, trying to copy the movements, laughing as they experience this energetic display of culture. The Maasai women stand on the side, their colorful beaded necklaces bouncing to the rhythm, as they sing and clap to encourage the men. The higher a warrior jumps, the greater his status in the Maasai community. It is a symbol of pride and skill. The Hadzabe show their own dance and music. Not to be outdone, the Hadzabe decide to share their own traditional performance. Unlike the structured Maasai jumps, the Hadzabe dance is wild and free, reflecting their nomadic, untamed spirit. They play their handmade instruments, clapping, stomping, and moving their bodies in sync with the rhythms of the bush. The Maasai clap along, appreciating the raw energy and unique movements of the Hadzabe. The laughter and joy fill the air, as both tribes find common ground through music and movement. The moment is a beautiful exchange of traditions, proving that even though their ways of life differ, they share the universal language of dance, music, and celebration. Sharing food, a taste of different lifestyles. After the dances, the Maasai and Hadzabe sit together, sharing stories and food. The Hadzabe, skilled hunters, roast fresh meat over an open fire, offering it to the Maasai. The Maasai, cattle herders, bring fresh milk and blood, a sacred and nutritious part of their diet. Herbs and natural honey are exchanged, symbolizing their mutual respect for nature's gifts. As they eat and talk, they learn from each other, discussing hunting strategies, survival techniques, and tribal customs. The spirit of Africa lives on. As the sun sets over the vast African landscape, the Maasai and Hadzabe part ways, leaving with newfound respect and friendship. Though they come from different worlds, the Maasai with their cattle and warrior traditions, the Hadzabe with their bows, arrows, and hunter-gatherer ways, they share something deeper. Small Orange Diamond, a connection to the land. Small Orange Diamond, a love for tradition. Small Orange Diamond, a passion for storytelling and music. Their meeting is a powerful reminder that Africa's ancient cultures continue to thrive, surviving against all odds. Through dance, song, and shared wisdom, the Maasai and Hadzabe celebrate their past, present, and future, as guardians of a heritage that will never fade. Traditional firemaking of the Hadzabe Bush tribe, ancient techniques and cultural heritage. The Hadzabe, one of the last hunter-gatherer tribes in the world, have maintained their ancient way of life for tens of thousands of years in the dry, rugged lands of Tanzania near Lake Eyasi. One of their most essential survival skills is the traditional fire-making technique, a method deeply embedded in their cultural identity and daily survival. Fire is not only a means of cooking food and providing warmth but also serves as protection against wild animals and as a focal point for community bonding. Unlike many modern societies that rely on matches or lighters, the Hadzabe still use a time-tested friction-based fire-starting technique, passed down through countless generations. This intricate knowledge of natural materials and environmental conditions allows them to create fire using only what is found in their surroundings. The Hadzabe fire-making technique, ancient knowledge in action. The Hadzabe utilize the hand drill and bow drill methods, both requiring patience, strength, and skill. These methods depend on generating friction between specific types of wood to create a smoldering ember, which is then transferred to a tinder bundle and coaxed into a flame. 1. Selecting the right materials, the science behind the fire. The Hadzabe have a deep understanding of the properties of different types of wood and how they react under friction. Not all wood types are suitable for firemaking, and choosing the right combination is crucial for success. Types of wood used. Fireboard, basswood softwood with a low ignition point, usually dry and fibrous. Common choices. Mochaba, Terminalia spinosa, a dry, lightweight wood that produces fine dust. Msana, Comifera spp. Known for its ability to hold embers well. Spindle, drill stick, a slightly harder wood, used to create friction on the fireboard. Common choices. Langlewi, Gruia bicolor, provides enough hardness for sustained friction. Mugud, Cordia garaf, used for its durability and effectiveness. Tinder, fire starter material, finely textured and highly flammable materials that can catch a spark or ember. Most commonly used. Masej, dried grass. Mianga, inner bark fibers. Hoodoo hoodoo, soft plant fiber from local trees. 2. Fire-making process, step by step. A. Hand drill method, more traditional, requires skill and strength. Preparation of the fireboard. A small depression or notch is carved into the fireboard. This ensures that the spindle stays in place and that wood dust collects properly to form an ember. Spinning the spindle. The spindle is placed upright in the notch. Using both hands, the Hadzabe man rapidly rolled a spindle between their palms, applying downward pressure. As the speed increases, heat is generated through friction, producing fine wood dust that begins to smolder, creating an ember. If done correctly, after a few minutes, a tiny ember forms within the accumulate. Ono akanabekwa fe bamia babu kwa ono hama kwa mumisihe ayatina ndio maana kata ono cheta akanabekwa ikoeta batakwasa Epageke aya ono akanabe hazane Gwandonia bamia ono kuzizuwa mitezu aya bamia nuba na kwete onene akanabe kwa Gwandonia hama na ota akai obe Hadzabe tapo bamam kwa akolati ya hazane kato acheka eche kwa kwete zata obita Hadzabe ngabe akwa kata bitaya ba usapa ata take ena ko be ibato uko oban ai Hamana that's ena ono aya kamiata akanabe gangida aya bokwa ko tipaka pa ako hauka kwa usepa ako bokwa ko ako ta kokota ota atipa oba alako ota asebe ota ako hello iyo
the hyenas have stripped everything off the head. The lions are bloody.
Just like that as well. There's some. It's very difficult, but it's nice. Yeah, I did it. It's just with the look of it on the phone. It's hard. It's okay, I think to clean it. Yeah, you have to line it up.
Himself he didn't need her. That his life was better untouched by foreign ways. But now, each step he took seemed to lead him deeper into doubt. The nights felt colder, the land felt whiter, and loneliness followed him like a shadow. The morning sun painted the savannah in golden hues as Shaba made his way across dry grasslands. His bow was slung over his shoulder, but his heart wasn't in the hunt. He wasn't sure if he was searching for food, a path forward, or something else entirely. Then, suddenly, he stopped. A presence. A shift in the air. His instincts sharpened as he looked ahead. There, in the clearing, stood a massive lion, a powerful beast, its golden mane illuminated by the sunlight. Its deep amber eyes locked onto Shaba, unblinking, unreadable. But it wasn't just the lion. Around it, other animals had gathered. A few gazelles stood frozen in place. A small group of hyenas lingered in the distance. Birds circled above. It was as if the entire wilderness had stopped to watch. Shaba had faced wild animals before, but this was different. The lion did not roar. It did not charge. It simply watched him. The silence was overwhelming. Shaba's heart pounded. He had grown up in these lands, he had hunted, he had fought. But now, standing before the king of the wild, he felt something he had never felt before. Powerless. He wasn't afraid of death. That wasn't what made his legs feel weak. It was something deeper, something in the lion's gaze, something in the way the world had stopped around them. It was as if the lion was waiting for something. Waiting for him to decide. The battle within. Shaba swallowed hard. "Why are you here?" he whispered, his voice barely audible. The lion exhaled through its nose, a deep rumble in its chest. It did not move, did not growl, did not threaten. It was simply there, watching him. Shaba clenched his fists. Was this a sign? A message from the spirits? Had he strayed too far from his roots? Or was this a test, one last challenge before he could understand what he truly wanted? His thoughts were a storm inside him. Should he go back to the village? There, his people waited. His ex-wife, Kazi, had returned, wanting to fix things. She had once been his everything, and maybe, just maybe, they could rebuild what they had lost. Should he search for the European woman? She had shown him a different world, a different way of thinking. She had left, but she had also sent him food, spaghetti, as if she still cared, as if she still wanted him in her life. Or should he keep walking, deeper into the unknown? Maybe his path was not with his people or with the woman from another world. Maybe it was something else, something he had yet to discover. Shaba had never felt so torn. The lion blinked slowly, then turned its head slightly, as if giving him permission to move. The spell was broken. The animal stirred. The world around him started to breathe again. Shaba took a deep breath. He had to choose. But what was the right choice? A new path. For the first time in his life, Shaba felt lost, not in the land, but within himself. He had always known who he was, a Hadzabe man, a hunter, a son of the wild. But now, doubt crawled into his heart. He missed her. the European woman. He hated to admit it, but he did. He missed her laugh, her curiosity, the way she had looked at him like he was something special, something more than just another man of the savannah. But he also knew he could not change who he was. He could not become a man of cities, of hotels, of clothes that did not belong to him. Then there was Kazi, his past, his old life. She was there, waiting for him, hoping for another chance. But was she waiting for the Shaba of the past? Or the man he had become? Shaba looked at the lion one last time. Maybe the lion wasn't here to give him an answer. Maybe it was here to remind him of something he had forgotten. A man must choose his own path. No one, no woman, no village, no foreign land, can choose it for him. With a final deep breath, Shaba turned and began walking. But where? Back to the village? To search for the European woman? Or into the unknown? Only time would tell. The lion had left, disappearing into the golden savannah like a spirit fading into the wind. The moment had passed, but the weight it left in Shaba's heart remained.